Hi, my name is Bob Brooks. I'm host of the Prudent Money Radio Show. I wanted to take just a few moments today to talk about a problem that I'm seeing, and it's a problem I really believe can be avoided with consumers who have defaulted on their debt. They miss a payment, they miss a second payment, they get behind, and the credit card company puts them into collections. They go through the process. It's unsuccessful by the credit card company to get paid back, and then they take the ultimate collection step, which is a lawsuit. Typically what happens is that the consumer gets paralyzed with fear and doesn't take the right steps. And this is what the consumer doesn't know. Number one, the vast majority of consumers who find themselves in this situation, they get served papers, don't take any steps, don't do anything about it, they ignore it. As a result, the credit card company just effortlessly goes through the process of a lawsuit and wins a judgment against the consumer, which is the absolute worst possible outcome. So let me pose a question to you. Let's say, for instance, as an example, let's say 95% of consumers do absolutely nothing. If you're a credit card company, would you rather go through a lawsuit with the consumer who represents the minority, the 5% who actually get an attorney, or would you rather go with the 95% that's going to be an effortless lawsuit process and that easy to win? It's not guaranteed that, obviously, that if you get an attorney that they're going to drop the lawsuit. It raises your probabilities of having a successful outcome if you find yourself in that situation. The second, and I think most important thing that most people don't know, and this is what's being discovered by many judges, there's been a lot of articles out lately about this, stating that the vast majority, in fact, one judge stated 90% of all credit card lawsuit cases that come to trial are cases that are not backed by information that can actually prove the consumer owes the money. These are cases that are much like the mortgage cases that came out, the mortgage lawsuits, to where the mortgage companies couldn't even prove that the paperwork wasn't even the right order, that they basically didn't have a case. If you had an attorney, they could uncover that and get that lawsuit dropped 90% by one judge. I mean, that's pretty amazing numbers when you look at it. And what we're finding is that credit card companies are just filing these lawsuits right and left, and they're not in good order. So you can protect yourself by getting an attorney. Then finally, the third thing most people don't know is that you have credit card companies filing lawsuits on credit card debt that's old, that's actually outside what's called the statute of limitations period. This is a period where a credit card company can actually file a lawsuit legally and use that as an action to collect the money. Now, outside of that statute of limitations period, they can still file a lawsuit against you. However, the consumer's got a defense because it's outside of that statute of limitations period. With an attorney representing you, you can find that out and successfully defend yourself. Now, I'm not saying this I'm not trying to represent myself as an attorney because I'm not one. I'm just giving you information that I think will help you, because if you get into this situation, you've got to defend yourself, because the last thing you want is a judgment against you. If you want step-by-step information and all the details to handling any kind of a debt situation, I have it all written out in my book, Deceptive Money, and you can find this at deceptivemoney.com. If you want more information, go to my website, prudentmoney.com. That's the radio station website, and you can get a lot more information on the program and any of the information we're talking about today.